Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, viewers of all ages, since I can't normally do the channel I really want, sorry, I'm looking at my phone really quick. Since I can't do the channel I really want to do, which is a gaming channel at the moment, I can, however, do a channel that I like, which is a movie review channel. So, earlier, about 2 to 3 hours ago, I watched a video on YouTube. Consists of most of my day, other than, normal day-to-day stuff that I need to get done. This gentleman, who did a review on B-rated, what he called, Harry Potter, spin-offs or rip-offs or whatever, The first two he reviewed on them were called The Mystical Adventures of Billy Owens, and the second part to that one, it is called Billy Owens and the Secret of the Ruins. Now, I just got through watching both of these. Yes, I sat through 2 B-rated movies. Sorry, we got flies in my apartment for some freaking reason or another. But I just sat through 2 B-rated movies that were very low budget. You could clearly tell they were very low budget. The first one more so than the second one. But both of them were clearly low budget. They didn't have the high-ended technology that most Hollywood productions have. They didn't have well-paid actors and actresses that we all know or love or hate, whatever. Doesn't matter. In my personal opinion, now see, this guy that I watched earlier, that I got the names of the movies from, he ripped them apart. I mean, he criticized everything about them. That they were low budget, that the actings weren't up to par, all of it. The storyline, all of it. Personally, it grabbed my attention because of the fact that a lot of good movies get bad reviews every time. Did you know that one of America's greatest slasher films was only, I believe, let me hit my research here again. Yep, $300,000. Can you guess which one that one was? I'll give you 2 minutes. Well, maybe not 2 minutes, but I'll give you a few seconds to make a comment down below. Guess what horror movie that is? And yes, it is a horror movie, but it was only $300,000 to produce, and it's a classic. Okay, is that enough time for you guys to type all that up? It's only one simple word. In fact, it was Halloween. The very first Halloween. It only cost $300,000 to produce. Friday the 13th, another lower budget movie. Sorry, that's my game phone. Friday the 13th was only $550,000. 2 of the greatest slasher films made here in the U.S. And they only cost thousands of dollars, not millions. Not like Nightmare on Elm Street. I did do my research now. Don't blame me for holding my notebook. Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one, alone came up to $1.8 million. That is the lowest end of budget nowadays. Okay? When Halloween came out, it was only $300,000. And yet, it's known as one of the best horror slashers in the U.S. and still considered a classic. Friday the 13th is still considered a classic, and yet only $550,000. Not millions, just thousands. And yet they're classics. Okay? So my point of that bit of information is that I don't judge because of the amount of money that goes into a movie. I've seen movies that were in the millions in making. Millions and millions of dollars. That were box office flops. Didn't make nearly half of what they spent on making it. Because they were bollocks. They were crap. Even by our standards, they were crap. Okay? But I've seen B-rated movies with very low budgets, like Halloween, for example, become classics, become great horror flicks, great slasher movies, or just plain great movies. Whether they're slashers, they're horror, they're Wizarding World stuff, like the mystical adventures of Billy Owens, or Billy Owens and the Secret of the Ruins. They have to deal with the magical community. Not horror, but just as good, in my eyes. Now, not everybody gets into the whole magic thing. I do, but not everybody does. Okay, so this movie won't be for you. As Harry Potter wouldn't be for you, nor would be the Fantastical Beasts movies would not be for you if you didn't get into that kind of stuff. But for those of us that do, my recommendation, instead of listening to myself or to any other YouTuber or anybody else for that matter, check out these movies. Yes, they're low budget. Yes, their acting isn't up to par with Hollywood style acting that we're used to nowadays. But some of the best movies are low budget with poor acting. Okay, like I said, I've seen movies that cost millions of dollars be complete flops for Hollywood. Okay, wasting millions of dollars on crap. That's why I love low budget films. I love the high budget films too, don't get me wrong. I'm a huge fan of Harry Potter, huge fan of Fantastical Beasts. I've seen all three. I own all three of the Fantastical Beasts, actually, on DVD. I love the horror. I love the high-ended ones with all the Hollywood actors and actresses and stuff. But I love the throwbacks as well. I love the low-budget ones as well because you get to see a movie that's got a great storyline, great plot. Whether, I'm not necessarily talking about these two now, but all B-rated movies should have a chance, whether they're high budget or low budget or what have you. I mean, give them a chance, watch them, or just watch the first one. If you don't like the first one, it doesn't capture your attention, then you don't even have to give the second one a chance. I personally liked the first one, although it did jump from one thing to the next and mention Loki in there. And it kind of ties together with the second one, the Billy Owens and the Secret of the Ruins. But it doesn't tie into the first one, so that kind of, it threw you for a loop. But it does turn out to be pretty good. Now, is it Hollywood, is it up to par with Harry Potter? Maybe not. Okay. But even Harry Potter had to start somewhere. And I guarantee you, there were ideas thrown around on the board of whatever when they had their meetings for the Harry Potter series. They were thrown around and yet ditched because it didn't fit in with the storyline or what have you. So, give these two a chance, and I repeat, the movies are as follows: The Mystical Adventures of Billy Owens, and the second half of that is Billy Owens and The Secret of the Ruins. Two separate movies based on the same storyline, and it actually ties together quite well. Acting isn't, Harry Potter style acting, granted, but it's still pretty good to me, in my opinion. Your opinion might differ. You guys might think it sucks. But in my opinion, I think it was pretty decent. Give it a go. If you don't like it, then hey, at least you watched something new. If you do, leave a comment down below. And if there's a video, or I should say a movie you would like me to review, as long as it's not a romantic story, I don't do the romance. Negative on the romance. Yes, I'm engaged. Real life love does exist, but it's not like in the movies. So I don't watch romance. If you got an action, a comedy, a horror, heck, I'll even go in westerns. Not very often that I do that. But if you got a movie other than a romance movie, then hit me up, leave me a comment in my comment section, and I will review the movie. I will let you know if it's any good, if I can get it on my movie app. It's free, so yeah. So yeah, just let me know if you want me to review any movies. I don't care if it's low budget, high budget, whatever. And I'll give you a review on it. I'll give you my honest opinion on whether or not they're good, or if it's bad, or if it's just in between, it's mediocre. But until next time, have a good evening or a good day, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in my next video.